Thank you. Hey everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Pink Pixels. My name is Ali Young. I'm with the Gamehers and extremely excited to be here with some very esteemed guests and winners of the 2025 Gamers Awards. Yay. Thank you for being online. Thank you for all the viewers. Um, I'm just looking forward to just having some good conversation and learning and spotlighting some of these amazing and wonderful humans. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump in. Just a couple of notes in regards to what's happening at the Gamehers. If you haven't already, make sure to sign up for tomorrow. We have the Power Play level up day. And we're super excited to have some speakers from Riot Games, Shell Games coming in, some really cool workshops that we'd love for you all to participate in. And it's just going to be a fun time. Upcoming weekly game nights are coming back, as well as a tournament series. We're planning a big Valorant. I'm going to learn how to play Valorant, and hopefully so will you all with me. So where we'll be in person soon are Games Week Georgia in October, in DreamHack, and as well as the Brawlhalla Championships in the ATL. We're going to end the year in my hometown. So super excited about that. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in and introduce our first guest Mia Mouse. Mia and Marita, thank you so much for jumping on with us. You've built such an engaging community around your content, and I want to just jump in and start with how your journey as a creator began, but also as a former Jersey girl and speaking to another Jersey girl. I'm super excited to have you on the call. Um, I guess one of the first questions um, that I wanted to ask you, because to me, content creation it's such a it's a special thing to do in building community, because I feel like every creator has their special niche. And as a rising star and as a creator, it's like, what are the things that you do? Like, what's the moment that you realize, like, this is what you wanted to do, and how you wanted to share that with your wider community?
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me on. It being a content creator, I mean, it's always been something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was younger, because I feel like I was the generation that grew up on Minecraft YouTubers. And always as a little kid, I was like, I want to do that one day. Like that looks like so much fun. So honestly, what made me do it was when COVID happened. I was like, I have nothing else better to do, which I feel like is a lot of people's stories that you hear now. It's like, oh, COVID happened. There's no work, no school. So my boyfriend's like, just do it. Like you're gonna play video games all day anyway. Like just see what happens. So I did it. I streamed every single day to one viewer for a year. Uh, and it honestly, looking back, I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I kept going, but I'm happy I did keep going because it took only one video for me to gain 10,000 followers in one night in on TikTok. And so many people will be like, "Oh, like overnight success." Like I think it takes a long time for you to be an overnight success. It just takes a lot of preparation of you failing over and over again to get that original following. So that happened now 3 years ago, and ever since then, I've been growing.
That's such an amazing story, because I think that, as you know, there are a lot of students that we work with, right? And just hearing them talk about, hey, I want to become a YouTuber, or I want to be a creator. And then they realize, like, oh wait, I also have to learn how to edit videos. I have to learn how to do, I know how to act. I know how to do, there's so much that goes into it. It's really like owning your own business, right? And so like looking back on your first stream, what was the biggest difference that um you find in yourself now versus them then?
So I feel like in my head throughout the time, I felt like I didn't change because like I didn't realize all these little things that I was starting to do different. Not because I was telling myself to do it different, just because it just ended up happening. But I do think regardless the amount of viewers you have, you always need to act like that you have 100 viewers watching you. Because the thing is that people are going to click on your stream. It's not even going to register as a view yet. And you need to prepare yourself before that person even comes in that like you have to just even be entertaining to 0 viewers or else you're never gonna get anything. So that's kind of my whole mindset. I was always a very bubbly person, like no matter what, no matter how many people I had in chat. And I think that is was like the mindset. I was treating it as I'm filming a YouTube video right now. And I if I'm gonna film a YouTube video, I need to be the most bubbly person that I could be. Even if no one's watching me, I was pretending like it was just like a recording. And if someone was in chat, it was just a plus for me. And I really feel like posting on TikTok is like the meta now because you could get so many eyes on you. Like you could stream 2 days a week and then make 60 TikToks out of those two streams. And I think that's the most important part. So I think just always like authentically being yourself. I definitely throughout the years have gotten better at speaking. I think I never used to know what to talk about, like especially when there was no chat. But now I actually create bullet points of like memes I saw, new albums that came out, new shows that I recently watched, just like something popular that I could just, if no one's talking and I needed something to talk about, I just have a bunch of bullet points of things that happened within that week.
That's a great thought. I mean, when you're I've just been like following a little bit about your career, and you've played a lot of different roles between shoutcaster, cosplayer, streamer. Um what do you like best and why?
I definitely I love streaming and I do love content creation. It's just such a hard question because I feel like that's what's nice about content creation is that I get to do all of the roles myself and I get to enjoy each of them equally. And I think I get to enjoy them because I don't have to just do one of them. But I did start out loving editing and that's what got me into content creation. I just love creating a content that people could watch and be entertained by. But actually now I think some sort of like creative direction. I like to create projects or big streams coming up or like big 24-hour streams, big subathons. Anything that I could do that's a little bit different than my original content, I think is really fun. Thinking of ideas for TikToks, like when I go to conventions, am I gonna do an interview with a random person like at the convention? I like just planning all my content out. I think that's my favorite part of it.
I love that. I love that. I mean, it's I do feel like once again it's really a business. And also, I mean, in terms of planning content, I'm actually gonna throw to Amber because I feel like I watched one of your streams where one you said the word like, oh, I do, and it just made me laugh so hard. And you were like, you were just so authentic about it and how you brought that up. Um, and also I like it's just such a good vibe, right? When you can just be true to yourself and it's just I kind of feel like it would be somewhat like me right now where I'm totally awkward. I don't know what to say half the time. I need to plan out my content better. But I mean, at first, Analog Amber, like how it's such a unique name. How does that reflect your style? And where how did you
Yeah.
come up with that?
Well, first of all, I love an alliteration, so I had to have a sound. To the point where every TTRPG character I ever play starts with an A, so that I know like that is my turn. Because otherwise, I have ADHD, so it's very difficult for me to like connect sounds sometimes. So first of all, I needed an alliteration because it was super fun. But I I joke with my community that I've been 18 on the internet for a very long time. So I come from a time of gaming where everything was physical, right? So physical board games, physical TTRPG tables, physical controllers. And so that's kind of where the analog part comes in. Is like the kind of love letter to the physical media that I grew up with. And also just like a reminder that it's been a really long time and it's okay. Like it's okay to be an old person on the internet.
Well, I mean, I met my husband playing video games over 20 years ago, and so that just gives you an idea of how old I am. The and I love playing video games, but definitely shout out to all of the analog writing on paper, like stories. But
Mhm.
I feel like also you've built a space where people feel welcomed and seen, and I know just even watching your stream, hearing you say hello to every single person that is on there. I just thought that was wonderful. And gave me the feel goods, right? And so what's one story of a community interaction that
Ooh.
really stuck with you?
Um, oh gosh, I feel so much that I call it our channel and I never call it my channel and I can't even when like my moderators yell at me to be like, "No, you did this thing. I'm like, "No, it's our." Because that's like that was one of the big reasons I started, right? Was to start a community. And we've had so many life events happen in our community throughout. And so the fact that my community wants to share that with me and the other people in the community, I think those are some of the best moments. Um, we've had a we've had a few community members come out with their gender transitions during their time in our community. And not only is that a really big deal because that's a really big life change, but also knowing that our space is safe enough that they felt that it was okay that they could go through that journey with us. Because we are a very openly queer community, knowing that we've created a space where they felt like it's okay for them to start their journey when they're with us, is really special.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tear up
Oh
because
my God,
I'm
I have
there.
tissues on my desk because I'm like, ah.
I love that so much, and it's always so amazing to me how gaming just brings together such a diverse group
Mhm.
of people and humans in different places and from different places. And it just kind of goes to show even the awards and the way
Mhm.
that the awards have been done year after year. I mean, Renee is on here right now as an Innovator Award winner and, more on the business and corporate side, right? And so
Mhm.
I'm gonna throw it to Renee because I love how it's just a shout out to the community that we're all a part of at the gamehers, where we can be on a call celebrating everybody here and having such a diverse background and just different places that people are, right? And so different ages and different locations, and so Renee, I've been watching your journey as well on LinkedIn and following, your consultancy and the things that you're doing for the gaming industry as a whole. And I kind of feel like, the creators are amazing because they show up in these great spaces and they're playing the games, and then there's Renee who's working on like helping the developers and helping the game developers come up with those spaces for us all to connect. And so Can you share just a fun project or innovation that you're most proud of? Because I want to hear from you on that front.
Absolutely. Thank you. I guess with my own bias, I must say that probably the thing I'm most proud of is my game that I released last year, Potions: A Curious Tale, where you get to have this cute guy as your companion. And one of the things that I will always remember is demoing the game for the first time at Geek Girl Con, celebration of female geeks in Seattle. And it was actually the first video game to ever show at Geek Girl Con. And Potions is about a young witch. It's where combat's not always the answer, and you're rewarded for using your wits. And really, it's intended to be empowering and uplifting to the next generation of women. And when I was demoing there, there was this little girl who was just enthralled by the screen, and her parents came up to me and they said, our daughter is 8, she's in second grade, and she's being bullied for liking Minecraft, and it means the absolute world to her to see you here with a game that is for her, because it shows her that she is supported in this passion of hers. Like, she is supported in if this wants to be her dream. um yeah, and it's hard for me to not tear up when I talk about that. Additionally, there was an adorable girl who showed up already in a witch outfit, just pointing at the screen and said, "Look, Mom, it's me." And so, really, it's hard to beat the feeling of creating something that can speak to someone about things that they might be insecure about. Being bullied for liking video games as a girl, being bullied for liking Minecraft as a second grader. That's absurd. But I remember I remember being bullied in the second grade. And I am sure it did mean something to her. And so that's just, yeah, that's super special for me. And that's why I'm even extra proud of my game Potions.
Oh my gosh, I literally I'm tearing up. Okay, we have to stop because I might end up just full out ugly crying throughout this episode, and nobody wants to see that. Um, but I mean, I think that's just such a beautiful story, Renee, and thank you so much for sharing that, because I think that I think all of us um have that same feeling as a girl, right? And as a woman. And I'm kind of stepping back into like one, I you've built a reputation for stepping into crisis mode, for helping studios, and through challenges, and as a fellow like business owner, I oh my gosh, I know what that's like, and I know that everybody here feels that pain. What's a leadership lesson that you've learned from those experiences, that others can apply to their own business?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest professional learning I've had throughout my career is that soft skills are so, so important. I actually come from an engineering background, and so was relatively book smart, but I think I was a little too focused on like what's right and not what's kind. And so I had the lesson there that, like, even if you're right about something, if you're not kind about it, no one's going to listen to you or hear you. And so a lot of times when there's conflict or trouble within an organization, it's because people aren't communicating well. And it could be because someone feels threatened and so they're feeling defensive, or because two people are communicating kind of on like different wavelengths, or because a problem is being framed as opinion versus opinion instead of us versus the problem. Um, and, while I have a huge technical background, I will say that whenever I'm called in because like, oh, like this game is like coming in really late in production, or we're running into all these issues, it is most often like a soft skill issue around communication and empathy and safety, making people feel safe to make mistakes, making people feel safe to bring up their concerns, much, much more so than it ends up actually being a technical issue. And so, yeah, Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High. Number one recommended book. I'll just throw that out there. You can get a used copy for like $2 or $3. And I wish I had read that book a decade earlier than I did, because it would have probably saved me from many, many troubles throughout my life, professional and personal.
That's actually hilarious, Renee, because one of our core values at the Gamers is communicating critically with care.
Perfect.
And I believe that it was probably because I communicate critically and not with care. And so we wanted to make sure that that was brought into the conversation, so that I could grow as a person. So, but yeah, I think that, you know, thank you for sharing that, because I do feel like even all of us, right, and in our work and our business can benefit from that. And so I'm still of the mindset that we need to have a book club at the gamehers where we share some really good books for all of us to read. And I agree, that one would be wonderful. So thank you, Renee.
Absolutely.
Tony, okay, first of all, as a fellow Atlantan, and from my home base town, you bring characters to life in such an amazing way through cosplay. And, I want to find out more about what drew you to cosplay. Was there a particular game or character or moment that inspired you?
First I have to say, if you start the book club, you have to call it the Bookers.
Oh my gosh, that's a great
You
idea.
have to call it the Bookers. But to answer your question, honestly, the moment that brought me into cosplay specifically, I was working downtown. I had no idea what cosplay was, what anything was going on. I just knew that, the traditional thing, everybody likes Halloween. I like dressing up for Halloween. I've been liking dressing up for Halloween since um I was like little. And then you always want to dress up as a princess because clearly I think I'm a Disney princess. So I just dressing up has always just been my thing. And it wasn't till, and I just realized this date because I never thought about it specifically, but it wasn't really till 2016 when I had my big girl job downtown and I'm outside. One of my friends was like, hey, let's go outside, let's just go for a walk or whatever. But it just happened to be during the time of Dragon Con. And so there was like a massive amount of people. Now, of course, Dragon Con has been going on for a million years before I even knew it was a thing. But for some reason, I just never physically saw it with my eyes. And so when I went down there, I was like, who are these people? What is this? And I didn't even know that one of my coworkers at the time was like, oh, I go to this all the time. And I'm like, who are you? Because like me and her talk all the time, but you realize, you really don't get that deep with so many people until you have to get that deep with people. So I'm looking at her like, who are you? What is this? And so since I saw that moment, I just made it a point. I said, next year I'm going. I'm going to get a ticket. I'm gonna figure it out. And so from that time on, I was like, I can't say that I started out as the best cosplayer because I did, start off, with my Halloween style costumes. But I was like, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna do it. And then eventually every year from that one on, I was like, this is it. I love it. A reason to dress up year round. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
So you're saying cosplay has helped you connect with that, like that community, in a deeper way? Like
Yeah,
how, what
it
about
allowed
gaming?
me
Yeah.
it allowed me that moment to like realize you can be yourself. Kind of like how Amber was saying, you can be old on the internet. You can be old cosplaying. You can really be old doing anything. And to like Renee's point when she said the little girl was getting picked at too. You could be, I mean, in the second grade. You can be the second grade and be anything. You can be 99 if you want to, any even aging myself a little bit. Even, when we're going to Toys R Us kids, Jeffrey said we don't want to grow up. And it's okay to not want to grow up and just have fun and keep that youth inside of you. So it has allowed me to connect with the community in a way of like just expressing myself, being myself, realizing that I'm not the only one in my own head trying to do something. There's other people out there doing it as well.
I love that. Thank you, Tony. Okay, fun question. If budget wasn't a factor or time, what's your absolute dream cosplay build?
So if budget, one, I don't believe in budgets. I know they exist,
Oh my
but
gosh, me neither. My
I
husband
don't
hates
believe in
it.
budgets. I just believe in tasks that require me to get to that thing. Um, but if I had to think about budgets, my cosplay dream is really not in my head that expensive. I just think that it's very intricate and I just really want to be Gamora. Um, but I want it to be like movie authentic Gamora. Like I don't want it to be like, too plasticky or too shy. Like I want it to look like I literally stepped off a set.
Awesome. Thanks, Tony. The next part of our chat today is crosstalk. So just jump in. I want to ask a couple of questions. And we'll start with the first one. Like, what does winning the gamehers award mean to you personally? And Mia, I'm going to start with you.
When I found out about the award, it was like right before I went on a 2-week trip to Berlin. And I remember watching it and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna win it, but I'll watch anyway. And I remember I was watching it with my community on stream and when I won, like I didn't realize how excited I was gonna get for it until like I saw my face on the screen. I was like, "Oh my God, like that's me." Like people actually clicked my name to vote for me for because I won the content creator of the year award. And it just made me so happy because I'm so glad that people enjoy watching my content. And I think it's crazy that when you ask some people like who's your favorite person to watch and they say my name is just that feels unreal to me.
That's such an awesome story. Also, Mia, where did you go in Germany? I need to know.
I went to Berlin. I went to go see the G2 headquarters and then I also went
Oh, yeah.
to yeah, and then I went to a few VCT EMEA games. So yes.
I love that. I love that. I've only been to Cologne, there for Gamescom, or no, is it Gamescom in Cologne? Okay. Renee, I bet you've
It
been to
is,
that
yeah.
one.
Of
Okay.
course, yeah. Yeah, I spoke at DevCom and then attended Gamescom.
Amazing. Okay. Yes. So for you, what did the award win? Or what did winning the award mean for you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me it is supporting that second grader, right? It is supporting the next generation. Seeing recognition of content of games, sorry, all of these wonderful content creators. Seeing recognition of games, my game that uplift the next generation, that provide inspiration, that are an alternative approach to some like classic games, like action adventure games. I think that was really, really validating, and I think it's just very heartwarming sign to see people appreciate that, right? Because that's why I do it. My personal motto is to create content, games, and other that uplift and inspire others. And so it was really pleasing to hear that other people also believed in that dream.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Renee, and thank you so much for building the games and being a part of it. So appreciate you. Amber, what about you? What did it mean to I mean I saw your acceptance speech. I think I watched the all the acceptance speeches and on the I mean, oh my gosh, it was just yes, it was so heartwarming. But also I want to hear from you on what it meant to you personally.
I'm crying again because it was such an emotional moment. It was, I think, Renee, when you said it was validating, I think that's the perfect way to say it, that the work that you're putting into your stream, your community, your boundaries, your content means so much to someone that they chose you out of all of these other people. And it also was really validating to know that I know I am not following the trends when it comes to content creation. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing because I don't have the spoons or the time or the capability, but people still want what we're providing in our community. And that is what meant the most to me, is that we don't have to be doing it a certain way and it's still wanted.
Oh my god. Okay. I have the ugly cry is real.
Oh my God, I'm such a crier. That's like one of our communities. Like, it's okay to cry. It's just okay in our community. So, yep.
Thank you so much for that. And Tony, what about you? What does the award mean for you personally?
Ironically, kind of like Mia, I was in the DR at the time the gamehers happened because it was in May, and so every May internationally I have to be anywhere but in America for some reason because it's my birthday and I feel like I deserve that, right? So, I also was just kind of watching it. I was like, there's no way I won. Cosplayer, I didn't, because there's just so many talented people out there, so many great people out there. And I was like, I'm just gonna watch it just to just support whoever wins, right? I'm just gonna watch it, see what happens. So I'm literally like, because it was like super, super late at night. So I'm just like laying in the bed, just kind of like have it on the side, kind of like background noise, honestly. And then I hear my name and I'm like, who voted for me? Like, who did that? So, it really, when I heard my name, it really just kind of motivated me to do better. Um, Not saying that I was like feeling like lust or anything, but you know how you get in those spaces where it's like, I'm here. Am I doing it? Should I be doing this? Is this where I need to be? Is this what I need to do? So winning it was kind of like that motivation, like, oh, y'all like this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't doing it the traditional way. I don't post as often as people say. I don't post 99 posts a day. And, because we have life going on. And I'm like, there's no way that anybody is paying attention to me. So it was just that boost, that motivation, that confidence of, you know, it doesn't matter, as long as you are yourself and you do it the way that you want to do it, somebody's gonna like it. You're building a community for yourself, so anybody else outside of that is irrelevant, basically.
Oh my gosh, I love that statement right there because it's a powerful statement, right? Because I feel like just I know for myself personally, it's important to, and even with the gamehers community, right? We want to make sure that we're being authentic to ourselves as well as our community, and there are some haters out there, right? Like there are people who aren't supportive of the things that other people do, and the world is a bit of a messed up place right now. And so, having that thought or perspective where, I'm going to do what's relevant for me and mine, and right now everybody else is irrelevant. I love that statement. I'm totally stealing that. Totally just say, you know.
Right.
Um, so okay, this part of the segment where I ask everybody like how we can support you all, and I need some self-promotion time. Everybody always seems to have a hard time with this because they're like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about myself for like 5 minutes." But the audience really needs to know how we can support you all, and also what's coming up next in your world. And it's time for some self promotion. So, let's start. I'm gonna kick it off. Tony, you go first because we'll kind of go backwards.
Got you. Lucky for y'all, I don't mind talking about myself. Uh, but the way that I could feel most supported is I have some social media goals that I just would like to reach. On my Instagram, I am like 800 people away from 10K, and I just really want to hit that mark. by the end of the year. So I would love to be supported in that way. If y'all feel it in your heart, it's not required, but if the Lord leads you there, if you feel it in your spirit to follow me, then please, I would absolutely love that. My name is Celebrity ATL on Instagram. Um, and most of my other platforms are Tony Dominique with the number one, because somebody stole my name. How dare they, right? Who steals Tony Dominique? But yeah, so if I could get my numbers up, that would just be something really great for me. Obviously we're all streamers here, so if you want to pop into my stream, it is just Tony Dominique. I would love to see your name face um in the chat and say hi and love on you and share it. It's a safe space for you to be whoever you want to. Just know that I am a little goofy. I am a big personality. You may not see this adorable face all the time because I am a part-time VTuber. Um, but I guess like what I'm trying to say is the best way to support me would just be to show up and say hi. It's sometimes just a hello is enough to have somebody keep going and keep motivating and keep pushing forward.
I love that. Thanks, Tony, and definitely we'll do that. Are you going to be at DreamHack this year?
I am going to be at the Creator Hub for DreamHack this year.
Amazing! Congratulations.
Thank
we'll
you.
we'll definitely need to hang out and do something in person. So
Absolutely.
I will send out. I've got everybody's contact information, so I'll be reaching out to everybody separately.
Yes,
Um,
ATO meetups.
yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Amber, how about you? How can we support you? What things are coming up in your world? I know you do a lot of charity streams. Like where, how can we support?
So it's very easy to talk about yourself when you're a charity streamer because it's not actually about you. So I actually am in the midst of planning my biggest event of the year, which happens every December, and it's called Streammas. It's 12 days of streaming, where we, being myself and the community, of course, raise money for Project Hope, which is a humanitarian organization that deploys people worldwide during some of people's hardest times, including natural disasters, war, health crises. And this is the 5th year that I will have been raising money for Project Hope, in the 6th year that we've been doing Streammas. And every year I get a a bigger and bigger wild hair up my hiney about what we're gonna do for Streammas that year. And this year is no exception. And right now, and this is a big one, so everybody prepare yourselves. But this time of year, I'm starting to look for sponsors for our content for Streammas. So if you are someone who sponsors content, or you work for a company that sponsors content, or you know someone that knows someone that sponsors content, I would love to get a contact for anything that anybody is willing to do for a charity campaign. Game keys, product giveaways, direct donations, words of kindness, some retweets, some likes, clicks, and subscribes. All of those things help. My community in total for all of our charity organizations have raised over $15,000 for charity in my time streaming, and I would love, love, love to see that 20K number pop up for us. Maybe not this year, but very, very soon. So if you can help in any of those ways for our December campaign, you can reach me on all of my socials at analog_Amber. You can reach out to me here on Twitch. You can email me at amber@ambfam.com. And like I said, it makes it much easier when you're talking about giving back to charity to talk about yourself.
We're gonna claim that 20K for you this year.
Yes, we are. We're totally building that.
Manifesting 20K.
Yes. Yes, let's do it. Thank you, Amber, for sharing that. Renee, how about you? Any new games in the horizon? Like what can we do to support you?
Well, clearly I need to give game keys to Amber, so that's on my to-do list now. Yeah, I mean, to support me, of course, you can check out Potions, A Curious Tale. There is a demo, as Ember noted, available on Steam, and for a limited time, it's currently actually on Xbox as well. So if you have an
Ooh.
Xbox One or later, you can right now check out Potions, A Curious Tale. For Steam, the Steam demo does load into the full game and retroactively grant achievements if you do decide to purchase it. Nice features, not always implemented. If you are not feeling playing an adorable action adventure game, we have merch like this adorable cat that you can find at potionsacurioustale.com. Uh, this is the cutest thing, but we also have posters and postcards and art books with developer commentary. Most art books for games are not made by the developers themselves. So this one is unique in that it has discussions about like the tech used, inspirations, like really, really amazing concept art, how things are implemented from like different environment and art and all of that. I really nerded out with it. So it's a full 100 pages of like 9 by 12 goodness about all that. Um, and then yeah, if you want to just check out the stuff that I make, I realize that my main role is not as a content creator, but I do a lot of short videos and other commentary on the games industry, usually humorous, sort of like Dr. Glockenflecken style, if you are familiar. You can follow me, Riku Cat, on like everything. That one has not been taken, so RIKUKAT. And if you are interested in game development, I have all the time in the world, not really, but I will give you my time to talk about how to help you, like what's best for your career, how you can improve your portfolio. Just message me on LinkedIn, other social media platforms I'm worse at checking. Feel free to add me on LinkedIn if you're interested in breaking into the games industry or you're currently in it. And if you just want free resources, at reneegittens.com, I have a resources tab that's just like, I just create free resources for other game developers, how to run a studio, social virtual reality best practices, HR policy guidelines for an indie studio. I know that's not fun, but it's necessary and important. So yeah, all of that, but mostly this plushie. He's so cute.
Oh my
And
gosh,
post.
it is adorable. And I need to know because we have a mascot that's a cat also. And I need to know where you have them made. But then additionally, I love that we do game nights and I would love for us to feature Potions as a game night game potentially. Where we kind of show it off if you want to do a giveaway for a key or whatever, or that adorable plushie, which I'm sure which would definitely do that. Um and thank you so much for sharing that. And also power play tomorrow if you want to just check in throughout the day. I would love for you to host a workshop if that's something that would be interesting to you with the community, because I think they would absolutely love that, and,
For
and that
sure.
would be super helpful. We have a lot of game developers in the community who are trying to get into the industry and would love to hear from another human who's done it and created their game and all of the things. So thank you, Renee. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mia, how about you? How can we support you? What can we do next? And what's coming up in your world?
Yes. Well, first I want to say, Renee, I need to play this game. It looks adorable. And I don't say that often about games. Like I played Valorant for the past 4 years and no other game. So for me to say that, it makes me really want to play the game. It looks adorable. I just looked at your Twitter for a second. So I will definitely, can anyone play it on Steam or do I need a key?
No, anyone can play it. The demo's like an hour or two long, so it's a
Okay.
significant chunk. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Anyway, um, for me, I pretty much am a Valorant streamer. I also do freelance hosting and interviewing and shoutcasting and all of that fun stuff for gaming events and other things. But if you want to support me, I do stream Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. EST. Not this Wednesday. Today I'm doing this, but I am streaming right after this, actually. So if you do want to do that, it's Mia Mouse 14. Mia Mouse is taking on everything, unfortunately, by another content creator that is no longer active, that used to create Undertale content. If anyone has ever played Undertale. I also, what else? On TikTok, we just hit 100,000 followers this year, which was really fun. But if you do want to come support me on TikTok, it's where I post all my short, goofy moments. If you don't want to watch a full Mia Mouse stream, you could find it Mia Mouse 14 as well on TikTok. What's coming next for me? I don't know. A lot. I think I used to really try to um, control everything that happened in my life. And my New Year's resolution was to stop doing that because whatever the world and the universe wants for you is going to happen, whether you like it or not. So there's no point in stressing out about it and losing sleep over it. So for me, I'm right now doing a program with MasterCard called the MasterCard Gamer Academy. I'm going to Paris, France next week to go to VCT Paris. So I'm very excited. And I have a few projects due with them. That's over in November, and we'll see where the world takes us after that. But yeah, Mia Mouse 14 on everything, I think.
BMS 14 for sure. And also I'm definitely gonna reach out to you, talk to you about our Valorant tournament that we're gonna be having in first quarter. As well as making sure to support all of you all and following everybody. And so thank you for that. A couple of things. We're almost near our time together, and please reach out to each other. Let's keep the conversation going because I feel like these moments and these experiences are amazing. Mia, I'm gonna send you some of my favorite food places in Paris. I literally fly through Paris on purpose. I don't generally go to Paris, but I fly through Paris, I leave the airport, I go to eat somewhere because that's my favorite thing to do. And then I leave the country. So I will share those with you because I've got some
Thank
good
you.
places.
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. My last question to everybody before we take off is what are you all manifesting? I know Amber's manifesting 20K for her charity stream, but what are you all manifesting for the next year and beyond? Amber, you want to start for us?
Oh, okay. I'll pressure myself to think of something that's for me. I I would love to get to 3K followers on Twitch. We recently passed the 2K threshold after a difficult year of just needing to take some breaks and things like that. And so I am motivated and I'm ready and I'm full of ideas and I'm excited to see what we can do with stream going into year 6.
That's awesome. Mia, what about you? What are you manifesting?
You said Mia, right?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if I heard that right. I am manifesting, which I've been manifesting this for a while, is partner on Twitch. I sit at 70 average viewers every month for the past year. And I need 75 for anyone who doesn't know that. So some months I get 90 average viewers and then I apply and then they're like, we want you to have 100. So I don't know at this point. I think Twitch hates me. But if I have enough viewers, they can't deny me. So if you do want to come watch me, that's something I'm manifesting. Also just manifesting a I'm looking for jobs because obviously content creation's fun, but it's not the most stable thing mentally, physically, financially, and all the check boxes. So I think just manifesting a job that I will really enjoy doing, and won't feel like work for me, as well as for my brother who also just graduated college in animation. So if anyone ever needs an animator, I'm manifesting him a job as well.
I love that, Mia. I would be like, I'm manifesting it for my brother so he can get off my couch.
No, I feel bad because like when you look at someone, you're like they look stressed. So every day I'm like I'm manifesting for myself. I'm also manifesting for you because I know how hard it could be like in art, any art industry. Even what we do is art. But like he does 3D animation, he just builds a reel and no company wants to talk to him. So if anyone knows anyone that needs a 3D animator, he's looking for work.
I love that. He's looking. That's fantastic. Tony, what about you? What are you manifesting for the rest of the year and beyond?
For the rest of in the year beyond, I am really manifesting the impossible. And the reason I say the impossible is because I too would like to make partner, but I do not have 70 viewers. I have like 5. On Twitch specifically, but I'm really just manifesting growth. And I'm sure it's something we all want regardless of what avenue we're in. So yeah, I'm just manifesting growth on all platforms, whether it be Twitch. If I can make Twitch partner, that would be amazing. I literally put in my title, I'm doing a social experiment because I'm trying to see if a quote unquote small streamer can just go from like 0 to 60 without uh 20, 30 years in the game. I'm a little up there. I don't have that much time. No, I'm joking, that's a joke. But yeah, I'm just manifesting growth on all social media platforms. And also just a shared manifestation for you guys as well. I want Amber to reach her goal or your goal on your 20K and whatever your community needs. I want Renee to sell out her game. I want that game to be at the Gamer Awards, like the next Gamer Awards. We're looking at the Indie Game of the Year. I'm manifesting that for her. And Mia, I am manifesting for you and your brother this amazing, undeniable job, whether it's created by you guys yourself or given to you, that it falls in your lap, or that you make partner like end of this year, December, your Christmas gift is partnership.
Tony, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And Renee, for you, what's
I feel like Tony has me covered. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm launching the console versions of Potions soon. So if you prefer playing games on the console, whatever console, follow for more news about that coming out. Non-games related, in 1 month, one day, I'm getting married. So I'm going to manifest a very nice wedding because I'm doing all the planning and coordination myself. So I'm literally sitting here next to like folded napkins. So yeah, that's sort of my brain space these days, doing all of the coordination and planning for that. And I hope it goes wonderfully and smoothly, and that all of my guests and loved ones have an amazing time.
If I could say congratulations to you on that. I used to be an event
Yeah.
planner, and I do not envy you for planning it by yourself. So you go, girl.
Thank you. I have a 26-page planning document, which I have modified into a template if anyone needs their own, and
yeah.
like 5 spreadsheets. So
I felt really seen right now, Renee. Thank you.
Renee, I just first congratulations, and I just want to call out for you that while everybody else in weddings generally, my wedding included, was very much for everybody else who attended the wedding. However, I would love to pose a moment where you take your desires of how your wedding should be and remember to eat, because there is never that was the crazy thing about the wedding. Our wedding was like, our wedding planner literally said, like, you're going to need to make time to eat. Like, you have to make time for yourself throughout the day because it's a lot. And the fact that you're planning it also, I'm gonna throw that out there for you. I'm manifesting for you that you get to enjoy your wedding as much as everybody else does.
Thank you. Well, so I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but my wedding cake is actually just tiered wheels of cheese stacked on top of each other.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
can tell you, no matter what happens in that day, there is nothing preventing me from getting to those cheese wheels. No force of nature will stop me from consuming an inordinate amount of cheese.
Awesome. And also, I don't know if you all have heard this crazy um tradition, but it's a tradition in the South, Tony. I'm sure you probably know this. I did not know this until I got married in the South, but they literally save cake for an entire year. They freeze it,
Yeah.
and then it's like
And
it's
you
like a
eat it
good
on your
luck.
anniversary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good luck thing supposedly for, and I'm like, what? It's good luck for you to get sick after eating a piece of cake that's been in the freezer for a whole last year? Like, however,
Freezer burns.
Thankfully, hard
You have
cheese
to wrap
freezes
it and
pretty well.
protect it.
yeah,
You have to
they
protect it.
did the whole thing, but I was like, what? Why? But anyway, Renee, if you follow that tradition, then cheese would definitely sit better in the freezer than
For
cake.
sure.
And it has to be the top wheel of cheese. Don't let anyone touch that top wheel of cheese.
Just the whole thing. Just take it.
Yeah, it's all yours.
That's your wedge. That's your wedge.
I want some cheese. You have to send
Yeah,
some.
Yes.
Now you have to send us all a block of cheese, frozen cheese. We all need the cheese.
I live in Wisconsin, so you don't have to worry about me.
Oh,
Nope, you got to get some cheese too. We're
I know
connected.
I know you don't know this about me, Renee, but since my name is Mia Mouse, my entire personality is me making cheese jokes. So when you said that, I was like, this is my future and so bright.
I feel like we're all connected because ironically, even though you're Mia Mouse, my actual family nickname is Mouse because I used to eat
Oh
all
my
the cheese
God.
in the house.
Yes. Wait, I am. They also call me just Mouse. They just call me Mouse because I used to eat all the cheese in the house too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing that we're bonding over cheese. And I love it. I love it so much. Thank you all so much for being on this with us and being a part of the awards and inspiring other people to, and other women in the industry. And I'm so grateful for all of you all. And thank you so much for taking the time for this. This is super special for me. And also for carrying me. You all are hard carries, and I will be reaching out. I would love to stay connected, and I want one of those, Renee.
We all want one.
We all want one of those. I'm going to go and order one in just a minute. So, just a couple of quick shout outs before we end today's episode of Pink Pixels, but please make sure so cute. Make sure to follow us. And join the community. We would love to have you at tgh.app. A quick shout out for tomorrow. We're going to have an amazing event, virtual. It's free. Sign up. Power Play Level Up Day. Tons of workshops. Great speakers. Super excited. We also have a Nintendo Switch 2 giveaway happening this month. Or no, next month coming up. So make sure to stay tuned. But this month, oh my gosh, I totally just leaked that by accident. Because this month's giveaway are Amazon gift cards. Sorry guys.
You heard it here first. If you weren't here, you don't know. If you know, you know.
That's right. Crap, my team is gonna kill me. Upcoming game nights, we're gonna be playing fun games like potions, for sure. And then make sure to join us in person, if you're gonna be in Atlanta in October, for DreamHack and also for Brawlhalla. So thank you all again so much for your time. We'll see you on the next Pink Pixels episodes. Until then, game on. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.